welcome back to Sunday morning news. As you may heard, what has happened in Austria, the Austrian stabbing in a quiet southern town of Austria. Tourist attraction, very typical Austrian town. If you've ever been to Austria, it's a nice place to visit. Occurred a stabbing. A 14-year-old boy was stabbed to death for no apparent motive. And the fact is, the bloke who done it was a Syrian original asylum seeker. Yet again, these characters, they crop up in the news in Europe, responsible for attacks. And the fact is, how the story went and how it was reconstructed. This bloke was running like a madman through the town centre of this small Austrian town, tourist town, shouting Allah Akbar or something like that. And he has stabbed 5 people, and the 6 who he stabbed died. Before he was arrested, must emphasise this brave Afghan chap who ran him over with a van. And the police officer, who's a female police officer of the Austrian police, single-handedly had arrested this thug, criminal, and stuff like that. Austria, like many other countries in Europe, they are sick and tired of having these so-called characters to be let in their country. And they all started off the floodgates of so-called refugees 2016, 2017 in various countries in Europe. Individuals stabbing bystanders passing by, shouting out that thing which I mentioned before, or using a motor vehicle to run down many people as possible. We got to ask ourselves, these people who really genuinely seek asylum in that nation they are hosted, are they genuine or just, extremists of a certain religion? You know who I'm talking about, Islam. Probably there are moderate people in this religion, but in any religion, extremism that brings to nasty things, to harm people. And the politicians of Europe, we're going to stand up, we're going to get tougher. Or you can get really tough, or you haven't got what do you call it? The guts, the bottle, as they say in English, to really stand up and say, enough is enough. Time now we clamp down. And the fact is, more of these people are coming through, what they call it, through Europe, smuggled in and stuff like that. And obviously, the fact is they're mixed with economical migrants, and we all know how they get to Europe from Libya, the coast, Lampedusa, Greece, and afterwards a pass to France. And the problem with in England is they're the ones which come from France, which pass over the English Channel in dinghies. Therefore, they are nicknamed dinghy divers. The most busiest sea route in the world, and these people can jeopardise rescuers and naval, maritime traffic. Cargo ships pass there. Despite that, we have to go back to the good old days when immigration was under control, you could have selected who come in, you select the best, who, you know, can be accepted in the community, which are compatible. They know the language, most probably, and if they have a certain profession or qualification. And a very cosmopolitan, you know, mentality, attitude, openness towards people, because these people which come over, they are very closed society mentality as population. That's their culture, but you know, that type of culture, you know, there's a lot of negative things about it. That they're incompatible, then they mix in their own communities, which creates chaos. United Kingdom, Birmingham, Leeds, all those places, you don't find no more a local person of that city. It's all these you know, foreigners, Muslims and Islamic stuff there. And I mentioned loads of times about the Rotherham grooming gangs, dinghy divers, which are outside schools watching the pupils, whether they come in and out or not, filming them. I think really the establishment should really take it as a serious threat. This phenomenon which is getting out of hand, because it's just absolute lunacy. All politicians not do nothing, they tend to downturn it or double back or whatever. Especially when you have the lefties, as always, letting these people off the hook. Immigration should be regulated, should be selected, closed numbers, and then a story. There should be people who contribute to the community. When they come here, they have their own job, like this, the community, contribute to the community, to the society, to the nation, whatever you call it. But when you have these characters, which are so-called asylum seekers, do they work or not? No, none of them work. They just loiter around all day long, as I said, especially in front of schools. And obviously, it's light years away from their nations and their culture and stuff like that. Because most of these people, they live off the welfare system, whatever country they are hosted in. They have everything at their disposal. People should be treated as the same. The locals, or that patch, and as people come in. Like I said, we need people who can, you know, as I said, integrate in a community with no problems, without creating so-called ghettos of their ethnic clan or whatever. Like the good old days in the United Kingdom, from after the war until the year 2000s, the United Kingdom had a wave of immigrations. Africa, Jamaica, Indian, Pakistani. There was sometimes some social tension with these people, but nothing seriously. There were riots, I remember. And they blend in quite good with the community. Absolutely. because they were the offsprings of those who came over. They'd attend to schools of where they live, the United Kingdom. And obviously, most of them have a very good education and upbringing. And then afterwards, mixed marriages, which is a very nice thing. You have in common the same culture, which makes it a lot more, better. Better blending. When you have some people from other countries which all of a sudden they appear on the doorstep, on the shore or whatever of that country, they don't speak a word of that language, they don't know the language or customs and the laws of that land, makes integration a lot more difficult. Obviously, the refugee status, that has to be reviewed, because a big percentage of these people are not refugees, they're economical migrants, and they're passed as such as refugees. It's only a very small percentage which you'll probably recognise or even pass through. As they do before they come over, any type of form of identification, they have passports, ID cards or whatever of their country, they get rid of it before they enter. And therefore they can invent a nice little story. They've been persecuting the country, they're a dissident and all that stuff, victims of war and stuff like that. And there's a problem is how you can demonstrate these people they're such. You have to take their word from it. To be people, to be dressed really nicely and have the latest iPhone, I don't think they come from a war-torn country. And mostly they're mainly males or military age which come over. You don't see a lot of children and, women. No. That should be a very suspicious, thing, which should set off a few bells, alarms. Until this Europe doesn't put down their foot and say, really, we don't take this shit anymore, and start closing. You can't let every Tom, Dick and Harry inside, because in the end you have a lot of people will just cost the taxpayers of that country a hell of a lot of money. We're talking about billions and billions every year. And obviously the European economy's not working too well. We could enter into a recession. The cost of living is very high, and the governments to destinate the money for military spending, as I heard, 5% should be designated. What the new NATO spokesperson in Europe said so, and therefore there'll be less money for schools, hospitals, roads, bridges, the welfare system, everything will come a lot less. And then on the top of it, you have to maintain these people sincerely. They're not genuine, they're not the real McCoy as they want to make us believe.